Hello! Welcome back to Go English Talk!
I'm really happy you're here today.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to Go English. I'm really happy you're here today. I'm Mizu.
And I'm Lucas. Hey, Mizu. And hello to all our friends watching from different places around the world. Oh, wow. It's so good to see you again.
Oh yeah, Lucas, I have to ask you something, and I want you to really think about it.
Ooh, this sounds serious, Mizu.
It kind of is. Okay, when you were learning English, did your teacher ever make you memorize a long list of phrasal verbs?
Oh, every week. Here are 20 phrasal verbs. Memorize them by Friday.
Right. And how many did you actually remember?
Maybe 5? And even those, I wasn't sure when to use them.
Sound familiar, everyone? If that's you, welcome, because today Lucas and I are going to tell you something your English teacher probably never said.
You don't need to memorize hundreds of phrasal verbs. You need to understand them. And once you understand how they work, you can feel what they mean.
Yes, feel, not just memorize. That's the whole secret, and we're going to show you exactly how, right here, right now.
And if this is your first time watching Go English, hi, hit subscribe, because every week we help you feel English, not just study it.
Okay, so let's start with the lie, the thing your teacher told you that wasn't exactly wrong, but wasn't completely right either.
Okay, what was the lie?
The lie is this: phrasal verbs have fixed meanings. Just memorize what each one means.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Give up means to stop trying, give in means to surrender, and then there was give away, give out, give back.
Yes, exactly. And your brain it explodes because there's no connection, no logic, just a long, long list.
Here's what they didn't tell you. Phrasal verbs aren't random. They have a feeling. And the second word, the particle, that's where the feeling lives.
The particle. So that's up, out, down, away, in, back, on, off. These little words, they carry meaning. They carry feeling.
And when you understand the feeling of each particle, suddenly you don't need to memorize every phrasal verb one by one. You can guess the meaning. You can feel it.
This is the thing that changes everything. And we're going to go through the most important particles together right now. Are you ready, everyone?
Okay, let's start with up, because up is everywhere in English, and it has a feeling.
So, Lucas, when you think of the word up, what do you picture?
Like going higher? Rising? Like the sun comes up.
Yes, and also completeness, finishing. Like when something goes up, it's done. It's complete. Feel that.
Oh, so eat up. That means eat everything. Finish it completely.
Exactly. Eat up, like a parent says to a child. Eat up. Don't leave anything. Eat up, eat up.
And use up. Use up means to use all of something. I used up all my data. Everything. Gone. Finished.
Do you feel that? Use up, eat up, finish up, clean up. They all have that feeling of completeness, of getting something done.
Okay, let's do a quick little scene. So, Mizu, you're cooking dinner. I'm just sitting on the couch.
Typical Lucas. Okay, so you say,
Hey, is dinner ready? I'm starving. Hurry up.
hurry up yourself and come help me. Clean up the table first.
You see, hurry up. Speed completing the action. Clean up. Make it completely clean. Both that up feeling. Done. Complete.
Now, up also has another feeling. Energy going up. Waking up, opening up, starting up, things coming to life.
Oh, right, like cheer up. Cheer up, your energy goes up, you feel better.
And open up, not just a door, open up emotionally. He finally opened up about his feelings. His heart opened, went up, became alive.
That's beautiful, actually. Open up. Open up. Yeah, I feel that differently now.
Okay, everyone, we're going to the next one, and this one, I love this one. Out. And I want you to feel something before we start.
What should we feel?
Think about walking out of a room. Everything expands. You go from inside to outside. Things come out into the open.
So out feels like things appearing, becoming visible, coming into the world?
Yes, exactly. Find out. You find the information. It comes out. It appears to you. Find out. Find out.
And turn out. It turned out he was right. The result came out, appeared. We saw what really happened.
Yes, turn out. The truth came out. And point out. She pointed out the mistake. She made it come out, visible to everyone.
But here's something interesting. Out also has another feeling, and this one is a little surprising. Something going out can also mean it's ending, dying, disappearing.
Ooh, like burn out. The fire burns out. It's gone. All the energy, gone.
And burnout for a person. I'm burned out. Your energy, it came out, and now it's empty, nothing left.
Oh, I felt burned out last year. Like all my energy burned out. Burned out, burned out. You know that feeling?
Everyone knows that feeling. And run out. We ran out of time. Time came out of us. Nothing left.
Everyone, are you still with us? Take a breath. We're halfway through the particles. And the most surprising one, it's coming. Just a little more.
Okay, down. Mizu, what's the feeling of down?
Down feels heavy, like gravity pulling you. Or calming, things becoming slower, quieter, smaller.
So, calm down. Your energy goes down. Lower. You stop being so excited or angry. Calm down. Calm down.
I say this to myself a lot. Mizu, calm down. And it works. Even saying it makes you feel the energy dropping.
And write down. You write something down, it becomes fixed, permanent. It won't disappear, like the idea goes down, settles.
Oh, like a teacher says, write this down, it's important. The information becomes real, solid, down.
And then let down. This one is emotional. He let me down. He dropped. My hope, my trust went down, fell.
Ooh, that one hurts. Let down. Like someone dropped you. Your heart went down. Let down. Let down. You feel the heaviness in that word.
Now, we've done up, out, and down. And each one has a feeling, right? But here's the thing. The most misunderstood particle is coming up next. And it's one you use every single day.
Before we go there, let's just pause for a second. Learners, you are doing really well. This is not easy content, but you're still here. That says a lot about you.
And if you need to, pause the video right now. Go back, replay those sections. There's no rush. Let the feelings sink in.
Learning English is a journey, not a race. So take a breath, and when you're ready, let's do the ones that will really surprise you.
Okay. Off. This one is so interesting because it seems simple, but it has so many feelings.
So first, the obvious one. Off means away, separated, gone. Like take off. A plane takes off. It separates from the ground. It goes away.
And take off for a person, she took off right after work. She left fast. She was gone.
Like me on Friday afternoons, I take off. See you later, gone.
Same. But here's the interesting thing. Off also means something stops. It disconnects. Turn off the lights. Cut off the electricity. The connection is broken.
So feel this. Call off a meeting. You cancel it. The meeting is off. It doesn't happen. That connection between you and the meeting, broken.
You know, I once called off a date because I was too nervous.
Not my best decision, but I called it off. The connection, gone.
Lucas. And then show off. This one is interesting. Show off, you put yourself out and off from others. You make yourself visible, separate, special.
Like that one person at the gym who's always showing off. Their muscles are out, off from everyone else. Look at me!
Okay, back. And this is the emotional one, because back always has a feeling of returning, of things coming home.
Like, come back. Please come back. You were here before, and I want you here again. Come back, come back.
There's so much feeling in come back. Like when you miss someone, come back. It's simple, but it's full of emotion.
And give back. Give it back. You return something to where it was before. Or fight back. You return the energy that was sent to you. You respond.
Oh, like someone says something mean to you. You could stay quiet, or you could fight back. I'm not going to just take that. I'm going to fight back.
And hold back. This one is very emotional. She held back her tears. She didn't let them come out. She kept them back inside.
Hold back. Hold back. That's a heavy phrase. Like you have so much emotion, but you hold it back. Keep it inside.
Okay, practice time. This is my favorite part. Mizu and I are going to do a short, natural conversation, and we're going to use phrasal verbs the way real people do, naturally, without thinking.
You try to catch each phrasal verb as you hear it. Don't worry about writing them all down. Just listen. Feel them. Let's go.
Hey, Mizu, did you find out what time the meeting starts tomorrow?
Oh no, I completely forgot. I was so burned out yesterday, I just took off at 5 and didn't check my email.
Really? You took off that early? I stayed until 8 trying to clean up all the work from last week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I let you down. I should have helped. I'll make it up to you.
Ha, don't worry about it. Calm down. We figured it out. The project turned out really well, actually.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me write down the meeting time before I forget again. Don't let me back out of this one. Okay, how many did you catch? Find out, burned out, took off, clean up, let down, make up, calm down, turned out, write down, back out. That's 10 phrasal verbs in a 60-second conversation.
And none of them felt weird or forced, right? Because they came from the feeling of each particle, not from memorization. That's the whole point.
Okay, question of the day, and I really want to hear from you on this one.
Tell us in the comments, which phrasal verb did you feel the most today? Not which one you learned, which one you felt. Was it let down, burned out, come back? Tell us.
And if you have a phrasal verb that always confused you, write it down. We'll pick one and do a whole deep dive in a future episode.
All right, let's bring it all back. Today we learned something big. Phrasal verbs are not random lists. They have feelings inside them.
Up, completeness, energy rising, things coming alive. Eat up, wake up, open up, cheer up.
Out, things appearing, becoming visible, or things ending, disappearing. Find out, turn out, burn out, run out. Down, things getting heavier, slower, calmer, or becoming fixed. Calm down, let down, write down.
Off. Things separating, disconnecting, leaving, or stopping. Take off, call off, show off, turn off.
And back. Things returning, going home, come back, give back, fight back, hold back.
5 particles, 5 feelings, and inside those 5 feelings, hundreds of phrasal verbs that you can now start to feel, not just memorize.
Okay, your challenge for this week, and I want you to really try this one.
Pick one particle, just one. Up, out, down, off, or back.
And for 3 days, look for it, listen for it. Every time you hear it in a movie, a song, a conversation, pause, feel it. Ask yourself, what is this particle doing right now? Just 3 days, and I promise you'll start to see English differently. The phrasal verbs will stop feeling like a wall and start feeling like music. And that's it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Truly, it means a lot.
If this helped you, please like this video. It really helps other learners find us. And share it with someone who's struggling with English right now. You might just change how they learn.
And subscribe if you haven't already, because next week we're going to talk about something that confuses almost every English learner. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but trust me, you don't want to miss it.
We'll see you next time. Keep learning, keep feeling, and remember, you can do this.
Bye, everyone.